Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on our video. Before we enter, make sure you subscribe. Subscribe. My name is Acheampong and I'm here to bring you stories from the motherland. Let's get into the video. We are here with my good friend, but she's not only a friend, she's a mother, a daughter, a wife, a businesswoman, all round, and a mom of three. Can you imagine? Hello, Leila. Thank you so much for being on the channel.
Thank you, thank you.
How do you do it all?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know, honestly. Sometimes it's overwhelming for myself, but I just keep going, you know?
Wow. I'm so proud of you. If I haven't said it enough, I'm so proud of you.
Say it. Thank you.
So let's start at the beginning. Where was Leila born and raised?
So I was born in Switzerland, in a small village called Aarau.
Okay.
That time my parents were moving from Switzerland and Ghana back and forth. So when I was born, we were in Ghana a lot. So we are most of the time maybe 7-8 months in Ghana and then 3-4 months in Switzerland. So I would say I grew up a lot in Ghana, but also in Switzerland. And when my parents divorced, it was very difficult for me. I could not understand why can't I go to Ghana anymore.
How old were you when they divorced?
I was about 7.
And so your dad is Ghanaian and your mom is Swiss?
My dad is half Ghanaian, half Egyptian.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
But my dad grew up in Ghana, so yeah.
And your mom is Swiss?
And my mom is fully Swiss,
okay, okay. So 7 years old, you've been going back and forth to Ghana, and then all of a sudden you stay in Swiss for a long time.
Yeah.
What happened? Why? How did you feel?
It was horrible.
Oh.
Like, my mom used to call me a little racist because I would never want to talk to white people. I kept asking her, where are the Ghanaians?
Yeah.
Where are my people? Like, it was very confusing for me. I could not speak Swiss German and German very well.
Okay. So what did you speak?
I was speaking English and then Hausa and Arabic a little bit.
Wow.
So when that happened, it was really, really hard for me. My brother was just 2 years old, so he didn't really remember. He doesn't really remember the time we were in Ghana, but I could remember everything. And I was like Daddy's little girl, and then as of a sudden, Daddy's not there anymore. So it was very tough for me going to like daycare. My mom had to work a lot. I had to go daycare. Nobody understands me, so I remember kept shouting at them like in English. And they too, like, their English is very bad. So they're like, how are we going to deal with this child?
Yeah.
I actually never settled. I used to fight my mom. I want to go to Ghana. I want to go to Ghana. And she used to tell me, yeah, when you're old enough, you go. So, yeah, it was really hard. My goal was always to come back. Yeah.
Okay. And so you're here now, but when did you come back?
So first time after my parents divorced, I came to visit my dad, I think when I was like 16. No, we visited before when I was about 10, like 8 to 10. And then I didn't see my dad for like 6 years. So I went properly by myself when I was 16. And I was here for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
And
what was that like? Did you school here?
Yeah, I went to the Swiss school.
Okay.
It was... You know, it was kind of challenging as well because now being in Switzerland and like with 16, you're so independent. You're allowed to go out by yourself. In Europe, you go the bus, you take it yourself. You go to the grocery store, you go and do everything by yourself. And my dad we are Muslims, so I wasn't really raised as a Muslim. So coming to the house, it was a bit challenging because now I have this protection. Like, oh, if you wanna go somewhere, let me call one of your cousins to take you, or let's take. And I'm like, no, I can go by myself.
They're
like, this girl, she doesn't want to listen, you know. So it was kind of challenging, but it was really, really, really good for me as well. I was staying at my grandmother's house, and it was not far from my school, so it was a great experience. I then went back to do my studies, so I studied economic finances and accounting. And I I don't know what kept me going. I didn't really want to be in Switzerland, but I knew I have to do something that I can implant into whatever I'm doing in Ghana, or I can apply for a job or work at my dad's company, but just that I have the knowledge of what exactly I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I think what kept me going was just knowing that I'm leaving. So I didn't even go to my graduation. I just like
You were just, I'm ready
I finished
now.
writing my exams, and literally the next day I was on a flight to Ghana. I was like, send me my degree. Like, I don't really care.
Yeah, you didn't care.
I didn't care at all. I was like so happy to just be finished with it and finally come to where I always felt at home. You know, in Switzerland I was bullied a lot because of my hair. I mean, a lot of people think I'm white, but if you see Swiss people with their blue eyes and they blonde straight hair, they always knew I'm different. So I was always an outcast. They always bullied me, ganged up on me, and I just knew that that's not an environment I want my children to be in. I think Switzerland is a great country. It's an amazing, beautiful place, but the villages are just, I mean, I think now there's so many mixtures, you know, but we're talking like 20 years ago. So it was really challenging for me.
I can imagine. Yeah. So then you came back to Ghana, and then you finished your degree. What did you do here?
So I came to Ghana, and I first tried to work at my dad's company. And it was a bit challenging because, you know, go and do coffee, and I'm like, I have this whole degree, like, I want to, you know what I mean?
What kind of company does he have?
So my dad supplies hospital equipment. So obviously I thought, okay, I can do the accounting or something with it. But we already have an accountant that's been working with us for years and years. And then obviously me coming is like I'm interfering into his. So I was like, no, you know what? I need to get my ass up and really make sure I will get a job. Just for myself, even to like get to know things more in Ghana. I wasn't really aware with how things work and all that. So I applied at the Swiss Embassy. And I got a job there.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I was doing family reunion. I was doing visa applications, and I was just doing like secretary to the ambassador as well. And it was really, it was a great experience. It's a great experience. And then I got pregnant with my second child.
Oh, nice.
And you know, in Ghana, when you want to go and give birth abroad, you have to leave when you're like 7 months. So the embassy told me, you have to be back in 3 months. I'm like, how am I going to give birth, leave before 7 months and all that? So I just had to quit. And then, we were already building Palm B. So when I came back, I just focused all my energy on Palm B. But I'm always like, I'm a hustler, so I sold things on the side. I ordered things from China. I brought it here. Like, I always made sure I have like my little money for myself on the side, even though maybe I wasn't working for a company, but I was always trying to do something.
But if we take it back a notch, your dad has this big company. I think most people would think that, oh, she's going to be the CEO. But your dad makes sure that you were sending coffee to people just to teach you that things don't come as easy, or why do you think he did that?
I think, you know, like, I think he was kind of right as well, because, you know, coming from Europe to Ghana and not knowing how things work, how people are, how people work, it's kind of good that he did not give me that full access at that time. But, you know, it's also a Ghanaian thing that they think is only men who can kind of take over the thing. So I think for my dad, it was more like a thing that my brothers are going to take over the company. But I think now he understands that.
That you can do it very well.
Like, he tells me all the time, he's like, you're very smart. You can do this. But I just feel like, you know, that's his thing. I don't want to live my life of thinking what I could get probably from what he has done. He's done amazing things also with my uncle. So it's not a company that's just him. It's like my uncle is involved. And
so many people,
so it's not just a thing that I can just go there and like be like, I'm taking over. But I always knew that I just wanted something for myself.
And for yourself as well. That's very good. So then we go back in the future again. Now you're running this amazing apartment complex together with your partner, and you're building even more. So how did it come to this? When did the idea come to even start and do something like this? Because I can remember that Phil said that there was nothing here, and he bought land.
Yeah.
Why?
So he bought the land because he has an auntie that works at land departments. So she's the one that told him, like, this area is very promising. It's going to be a big area. So make sure you invest your money and do something. So first, even it wasn't supposed to be as big as this. But it was always my dream to have my own resort.
Okay.
And I think that's what made us also fall in love with each other when we met, because he already had the land when we met.
Okay.
So I remember him telling me, if you had so and so much money, what would you do? And I didn't even know that he planned to, like, build something, right?
Okay.
So he gave me a pen and paper, and I drew a whole resort, a beach resort.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, yeah, and this is how we're going to do it, and this is the reception, and this is where the rooms will be, and this we're going to do the pool here. And so he just looked at me, and he's like, I think that's when he realized, okay, that's the
one.
Yeah.
Wow. So he was basically while on a date interviewing you and checking
I think so. I think he was trying, yeah.
That is so
it's
cool.
Like, obviously, if you have two people who have the same kind of vision,
it really
it's
helps.
easier than if obviously you have a woman that is, like, not understanding what you want to do. And I think that worked very well with us, because I was like, okay, I mean, even though I was hustling, doing my small bits, I was like, this is amazing. Like, I want to be part.
Involved.
Yeah.
And
that time he was going back and forth from London to Ghana. And when he's not here, I was the one making sure the cement bags, everything. Like, Palm View was nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how we started.
Because it started from the ground up. You were pregnant, and you were making sure workers do stuff. I think the thing that separates you from other housing is that everything is on point. And it looks aesthetically so much more pleasing than the Ghanaian tiles going all the way to the top. So how did you come about changing that aspect? Because I think it's very difficult to get workers to do something else.
I think it came also from, we rented for about 2-3 years before we finished Palm View. And looking at the places we wanted to stay, and even looking, like, my dad was building his house. So I also saw, like, my dad is a very Europeanized Egyptian Ghanaian. I mean, he's a very, he likes nice things and good things. So when he built his house, he made sure it's like an European kind of house. So while he was building, I was there as well, and I saw the whole process, and I was like, okay, it's doable. Because I always see the burglar proof, and I feel like we are so stuck. We as Ghanaians are so stuck with that colonial thinking that you need the security, you need this. But then I'm like, okay, you know what? If we just up the wall and we put the security wires there, we don't need
all the burglars on
the burglar
glass.
proof. Exactly. So I just wanted to have a kind of Swissish, open living, the nature, and we just did that.
Very, very nice. So if you think about the future, let's say 5 to 10 years, where do you see yourself and Palm View going?
I think Palm View is going to go very far. Hopefully this year or next year we can start our second project. And because we don't work with investors, I mean, if you're an investor, you can always call us.
Please
But
do.
I'm just saying, like, getting an investor to invest in your property is a lot of pressure because you have to meet deadlines. But if it's just you pumping your own money back into a new project, you can just go with it slowly and just make sure everything is done with no pressure. So I think we're just going to go with the flow. If there's an opportunity that we can get investors, we'll definitely work with them as well. And I think the future is bright. My children also see us, especially my firstborn. He saw the whole process.
Going up from the ground,
So he's already, like, when we're in London, he looked at my second boy actually said that. He looked at the store, like a very tall building, and he was like, oh, I want to build one like this in Ghana. And that's what made me realize, you know what, actually, what I'm doing is actually the fundamental for my kids to continue. So I think that's what is most to my heart, that they just do more than what we did.
Yeah, that's your
Yeah.
drive. So what's it like raising 3 boys in Accra?
It's a lot.
I can imagine.
I mean, 3 boys alone is already a lot, but I'm glad I'm in Ghana. I have help. I go to my dad's house a lot. I have a nanny. I have a cleaner. You know how it is. Like it's not like I have to do the basic things myself, but I still try and be the one who really raised them and really is there every day, does homework with them, and it's not easy, but you just have to be committed and make sure you push through, because very soon they're going to be adults and it's going to be like
so quickly.
so quickly.
Yeah. Would you ever see yourself living in Europe again?
Never.
So Ghana's home.
Never. I could see myself living maybe in an Arab country for maybe 6 months or so, but really to call it my home and build a house in a different country, I don't think I could ever do that. I don't even feel like I need to own a house or something in Europe or in Switzerland, because I just don't feel like that's where my spirit is, and that's where I don't really call home.
What makes Ghana so special?
What makes Ghana special is the sun.
Wow.
Is the nature, is the culture, is I think that would be it.
Very nice. Very good.
What makes Ghana special for you?
I think it's the people.
The people.
Yeah. What I really missed is that when I'm doing my day-to-day things, like going around, doing groceries, having to go and back and forth, bringing Sophie and Micah to school, I could go a day without any adult talking to me. And I feel so lonely.
Yeah.
Like there, it's like, if you're here, it's like every morning you go out, somebody's going to greet you, if you want it or not.
How are you? Somebody will ask you, how are you?
Yeah. And sometimes I'm like, I need to
just
go. I'm rushing. I don't have time. But then you make time and you talk. It's like, it's beautiful.
You know what? I just remembered, I used to take a train from my village to Zurich, where my school was. And I don't know what, I'm a morning person. So in the morning, I'm in the train smiling. I'm doing my bits and I'm greeting everybody. Oh, hi, how are you doing? And they used to hate,
oh wow,
they used to hate it.
Really?
They just look at me like, what's wrong
with
this
this girl? She just came from Ghana.
Yeah, she just came from Ghana.
Yeah.
So that's the things what makes me not interested, and I don't want my kids to even see that kind of mentality. Because when we go to London and Europe, after a few days, it's like, can we go back home?
I remember when you were there, because you were there for a longer period, giving birth to your third one. And then the boys would FaceTime and I would be here. They say, can we go back to Ghana?
It was really...
So they really love Ghana same as you.
I think this time was really hard for them because it was lockdown. We couldn't do no activities with them. And then no kids around that they know, because I'm not from the UK, so I don't really know many people.
Yeah.
So it was challenging. It was really challenging. But we made it, so.
Very, very good. And I'm happy that you're back.
Oh, me too. I'm happy to see you here.
I'm so happy to be here.
Because it's like, when I left, I think I got back and then a few days later you left, right?
Yeah, we had that day at the pool and then I had to leave as well.
I was so sad. We all cried.
This is the dream, guys. Let's hope there will be a Palm V Acheampong soon.
Yes, yes,
that we can move back. Thank you so much for having me. I'll put all Palm V's information down below. If you're thinking of coming to Ghana and you want a clean, good, nice space, this is the place to be. See you in the next one, guys. Bye.